Hi guys, welcome back to Jen Stories. If you're watching me for the first time, hi, I'm Jen and I create videos on my life and my life stories. Please do subscribe to my channel. I always appreciate constructive criticism. Please feel free to let me know your comments and whatever you feel. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about resume. So I get a lot of questions about jobs and basically around MBA and post MBA jobs, and I also get a lot of questions around making the best resume or making a resume that basically stands out amongst others when you give it to the hiring manager or you send it to probably the CEO of a startup. It's very important that the resume, which is just like a 1 or 2 pager document, is the best impression of you and all your past achievements. I have gone through a lot of resumes myself, and one of those things which strikes me when I see it for the very first time is that there are a lot of things which we keep on missing and we keep on forgetting when we are actually sitting down and editing that resume or writing that resume, and we just keep either ignoring them or forgetting them, or it just doesn't come across as clearly as it should. And that is why I'm making this video, so that I can help you understand the value of a good resume, and I can help you with pointers to make your resume shine, and it will give you all the important pointers which you need to make your resume the best and the most crisp and the most clear resume out there, so that it just not catches the attention but it also lands you into the next step. Firstly, I would like you all to know that I have made a lot of mistakes while making my resume, also in the beginning, in my initial days and my pre-MBA journey. And during my MBA is when I realized all of these mistakes, because I was guided and mentored by my college and also a different third-party agency which comes on board in IIMs to help students get the best resume and display themselves in the best possible way. So all of these grooming sessions, all of these training sessions and on resume building and placements and all of this happen in IIMs, and it's a very aggressive process. It happens across it goes on for I think 5 to 6 months. It starts before you even start with your MBA. Your resume is vetted and updated, edited, and a lot of different changes. So I'll tell you, before I joined, the first resume that I sent to IIM, and from there till the day I got placed on campus, my resume had gone through more than 15 changes. More than 15 times I had to edit and redo the entire resume, change and spend hours and hours on it. Each section, each word, everything, it was a complete makeover of my resume from the time I joined till the day I got placed. More than 15 alterations and a complete revamp, I would say. Not just like one line change here and there, a complete revamp. And it was brutal. Every time I had this session, they were quite blunt with me, and it did hurt in the beginning, because I was like, oh my god, probably I don't know anything about making a resume. Why am I being fed all of these blunt criticism? And it did feel bad, but then I knew that this is for my betterment, and they tell you beforehand that it is going to be blunt. They are going to be very blunt, but that will help you grow, because then what they are going to tell you, it's going to impact you here and it's going to stay with you forever, and you're going to pass on this knowledge like I am doing right now, because somebody helped me, my college helped me, and today I want to help you. So everyone might not have the same resources that I did, but that's okay, because with YouTube now, I am there for you and I can help you, and I am going to help you build the right resume. The first thing that I want you all to focus on when you're making your resume or when you're editing your resume is never exceed 2 pages. Never ever exceed 2 pages when you are making a resume. It is absolutely not required and absolutely a waste of time for the recruiter to read through and scroll through multiple pages in your resume. You might have the best experience out there, you might have done a lot of things in your career, in your educational life and volunteering and a lot of different things, but everything does not have to go onto your resume. It only requires a couple of highlighted achievements of your life, not everything. And those couple of things which you need to highlight, that can fit into 2 pages. Ideally 1 page is enough for a resume, and the best resumes are the most crisp and the shortest. 1 page, that's it. But in case it does not fit into a page and you have to drag it a bit, you can't help it, and you're like, oh my god, I cannot do it, then 2 pages is fine. 1.5 or 2 pages, that's it. Do not cross the 2 page mark. I'm telling you this again, 2 pages is more than enough. Just stop at the second page. Do not go on to the third page. 2 pages, that's it. 1 page ideally, but if it's not possible, 2 pages, that's it. Cut it out at that, please. The second point regarding your resume is the font. Now I have seen people make mistakes, like you're starting your resume with a font with probably Times New Roman or any other font, and by the time it comes through the middle, the font changes, and then towards the end it's again some other font, and maybe one line in the middle is a completely different font, and it comes off so clearly. Like, what is this? Guys, this is not an art piece. It is a resume. It is a formal professional document which has to be just black and white. That's it. Do not do a lot of creative things. Do not try to play with fonts over here, because it just is distracting. Your eyes go on to the fonts instead of going on to the material, to the content which is written on it. It's important that I focus on what is written and not in which font it is written. Okay, so whatever font you choose to go with, the same font has to be there from the start to the end in each and every part of your resume. Your title, your contents, the bullet points, the phone number, the email ID, everything has to be in the same font. The title can have the size of the title can be a little more than the contents that follow. The size can be changed and should be changed, but the font has to be the same. Please keep the same font across. It has to be the same across. Do not change the font. Okay. Third point regarding your resume. So always make sure that you include a about me or a summary section in the beginning when you're starting your resume. Okay, so the way the flow of your resume should be is, you obviously have the name and your number and your contact details written on the top, somewhere on the top right or top left, and then you have an about me or a summary, whichever word you want to choose, it's okay. That section should be there, which highlights at least 3 to 4 lines, just 3 to 4 lines about you, or a summary of you, an overview of you. Okay, so this should include a crisp 3 lines about what are your primary skills, what is the total work experience that you have, and what has been your key highlight or key achievement or your key area of focus up till now, and what are you looking forward to in the coming whatever time frame you have for your career, your goal or whatever. And also include a line about your passion or something that or about your interpersonal skills, your soft skills. Also include those in the first 2 to 3 lines. Okay, for example, for me it would be Jen has over 5 years of work experience in the marketing and the strategy domain, so something around that, and she is great at creative writing or creative communication and storytelling, something around that, and is certified in dash dash dash. So something like this, just 3 or 4 lines, but an about section is very important. Do not directly jump to work experience. Okay, have an about section, let the recruiter know you first, little bit, let them break that ice first using that about section, and then they come on to your work experience, and then you go on to the education, and then you can list all your achievements, your certifications, volunteering and everything, and your hobbies and everything towards the end. That is how your flow should be. And always put the recent things first. When you're starting with your work experience, the most recent work experience comes first, and followed by the next recent, and so on and so forth. And same with the educational background, your most recent educational experience comes first. Okay, the fourth point I want you to remember is always highlight the key skills or the keywords which are relevant to the job that you are applying for in the resume. Always make it bold. What I'm saying is, for example, I am applying for a position of a marketing manager. Okay, and now for this particular role, since it's a marketing manager role, in my resume, wherever I have something related to marketing or something that matches the job responsibilities of the role I'm applying for, I will make that statement or those keywords bold. Okay, I will make them bold so that when the recruiter is looking at it, or the hiring manager or whoever is supposed to look at it, when they look at it, that thing comes off prominently. Okay, instead of everything being just in one simple format, those couple of things which are bold are now coming off prominently, and I'm looking at it, and those are the things that strike me first. And when they are relevant to the job that I'm looking for to hire for, then this comes off as a exact match to me, and I'm more than likely to contact this person. Okay, so always highlight. By highlight I mean just make it bold. Do not put any fancy highlights there, just make it bold, whatever is relevant to the job that you're applying for, and everything else just keep it same. Okay, point number 5. So if you have more than 5 different kinds of work experiences in the past, and you now know that it's just 2 pages that you need to limit your resume to, and 5 work experiences, 5 different types of work experiences, 5 different companies, and a lot of different things, it is going to exceed those 2 pages. So just limit that to probably just the most recent 2 or 3 experiences that you have had, and omit the rest. Okay, just keep the recent 2 or 3, whichever you want to keep, and just remove the other companies from the list, because it's just going to add to the clutter. You do not want that clutter. Okay,